Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game tape.
Donuts.
I want to work with you a lot.
Oh yeah!
Oh yes, welcome back to More Stories, my friends. We have a big one. This is a big one. This is pretty cool. It's the battle of the 100%ers. Barry Katz versus Uncle Dan. Barry Katz is late, so that might cost him.
That's right.
On the internet's information superhighway, people might say 95% Barry Katz, he was late.
That's what I figure. I should get a couple extra percentage points for being here on time.
Not only were you on time, you were early,
That's right.
and you helped me put my son to bed.
That's right.
So for all of you out there, more story heads, I don't know what we would call people that listen, because like Ralph Garman from Kevin and Bean, it's the Garmy, like for Garmin. Or like there's Pests. Opie and Anthony have the Pest. Jim Rome has the Clones. Like, oh, I need some type of cool name for More Stories listeners. Maybe that's a contest we could open up.
Yeah. How about the Weirdos?
The Weirdos?
Yeah.
But it's not very specific to me. I mean, it is in theory, but not the name. It's not like Moros.
Yeah.
The Morons.
The Morons. That's a good one.
The Morons?
Yeah.
Hey, you morons. Uncle Dan, if you want to see one of the most precious things you'll ever see, my son Meredith has like a glowworm doll that plays lullabies. And when he gets tired, he presses that lullaby button and it makes his little lullaby sounds. And he holds it and he rocks it back and forth like he's putting a baby to sleep. Uncle Dan then picked up Meredith. And so the three of them were just like rocking back and forth in my kitchen to Frere Jacques.
I got to get one of those glowworms. Those things are neat.
They are pretty neat.
They're good. They're neat.
What would you use your glowworm for?
I just rock myself to sleep, and if I could find somebody in the building strong enough, I would have them pick me up and rock me while I was rocking the glowworm.
I bet Chris could pick you up.
I don't think so.
You don't think Christy could hold you?
No.
If she had her wits about her and was able to harness her energy for 1 feet.
Maybe 1 feet.
She's pretty strong.
1 feet, that's it.
I can carry you.
Yeah.
I'll get you up on my back. We'll fireman's carry, and you get your glowworm, and I'll rock you.
Okay.
And then I'll put you in the trash chute, you
All
prick.
right, and I'll sing Frere Jacques the whole way. Go ahead, try it.
And then you took umbrage with this song, Rockabye Baby. You didn't like the way the lyrics were going on that one. You thought that was a horrible message to teach my son.
That's right. They shouldn't be putting cribs in trees, for crying out loud. You'd be arrested for that.
What?
I mean, you'd be arrested in about 2 seconds right now, for crying out loud, if you stuck your little kid's crib in the tree.
And if when the wind blows, the cradle rocks.
Yeah, and down will come baby.
Cradle and all.
Yeah.
Or when the wind blows, something will break, right?
I don't know.
When the bow breaks, the
What
cradle.
is the bow?
The bow
In a
is
ship
like
or in a tree.
It's a ship in the tree.
I guess so.
It's a very strange house where this all goes
I
down.
guess so.
Yeah, that is super bizarre. Like your baby's in a tree in a crib, and then the branch snaps, and down comes baby, cradle and all.
Oh, that's why they had a lot of kids in those days. I mean, if you're going to put them up in trees, you know what? I guess it's a good way. You don't have the money for a babysitter. It's, you stick them up in a tree, come home, they're up there. As long as the wind doesn't break the bow and knock the cradle off, you're all set.
That's like why fish lay so many eggs, because there's so many natural predators to the fish egg.
Yes.
So that's your same theory for why people had so many kids back then?
Exactly.
What's back then? Like the 80s?
No, I'd
1880s?
say 1880s,
1880s?
1780s, 1880s.
Only
They probably,
three-
Huh?
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Only 3. You said that like we were going to fight. Only 3 kids in your family.
Yes, my 2 sisters and me.
Irish Catholic in
Exactly.
Boston.
Yeah.
It seems almost like strange that there was only 3 of you. It seems like you guys should have had like 11 of you. There should have been 11 Hoyts running around.
Yeah, but we had a lot of cousins. I had, probably 25, 30 cousins around all the time, so they figured they didn't need to make any more babies with all those cousins, I guess. Something like that, anyway.
Do you ever have a cousin that you were attracted to?
No, never. You got to meet my cousins to know what I'm talking about.
Is that regional specific?
Yeah, I don't
Something
know.
about Woonsocket, Massachusetts.
Woonsocket's in Rhode Island. Let me tell you that right now.
And Angie disagrees with you. He says it's in Massachusetts. Oh, you were wrong? I thought it was in... Worcester, Mass.
Worcester, Mass.
So I think the cousins. What state do you think has the cute? I guess the South. Apparently, the South has really hot cousins because that seems to be where everybody
Probably West Virginia.
says. Daddy says I'm the best kisser. Ask around.
Yeah.
That was in that movie Vacation. Jane Krakowski, who's had like the longest career of anyone, and by the way, looks terrific. I'll just say an unsolicited nice thing about somebody I don't know. Jane Krakowski from 30 Rock. The one that Tracy Morgan calls Jay Moors. I'm scared, Jay Moors.
Yeah.
Very bizarre.
That's why you like her, though.
And she was in the movie Vacation, and she was on the seesaw, and she asked the kid, do you want a French kiss? My dad says I'm the best. I was like, that was pretty progressive. Like, I don't think you can get a 12-year-old to say that in a comedy now.
No.
Do you think Jane Krakowski was ever in a crib in a tree?
I bet you she was. Well, how old is she?
You never ask a woman her age, Uncle Dan.
35, 30?
Oh, no. I would say, I said that like you're up at 20 years. Oh, no. She's got to be 42 years old.
All right. Well, she wasn't in a crib in a tree.
She's had a very long career, so good for her. You had many careers. That's what we talked about last time you were here.
Yeah. I had too many careers.
And
way too many careers.
For the first time in your life, you were actually internet savvy because your wife, Aunt Lori, checked. The whole family was checking hashtag Uncle Dan maniacally.
That's right. Give me updates.
And were you happy about your response?
Yeah, it was fun.
Was there anything you said that you wish you could take back?
No, but my brother-in-law George is a retired state trooper and found out I ripped off some state trooper jackets and a couple things like that. But still, the truth is the truth, as they say.
Who's they?
Many people.
Many people in Woonsocket, Rhode Island.
Woonsocket.
Why do you keep saying it like Borat? Woonsocket.
There's a million Canucks in Woonsocket, Rhode Island.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Why are there Canadian people in Woonsocket, Rhode Island?
Don't ask me, but if you order French fries there, they don't give you ketchup. They give you vinegar, for crying out loud.
What the hell's going on? You said Canadians, not communists.
Yeah, well, they're Canadian communists, and there's a lot more of them than you think.
Is that so?
Yeah. Sure.
Do you think Barack Obama's a socialist?
Probably, yes.
Really?
Yeah, I do. What's the matter with that?
No, I don't know. But I had this discussion with another member of our family who will remain nameless. And
Bob?
He said,
Bob?
Yeah, Rob, yeah. He said, absolutely no doubt about it, the man is a socialist. And I was like, if you give money to and I'm not political, morons. Don't say that.
It's better than the communists.
I'm saying,
Really?
This is not a political discussion. It's two knuckleheads just talking about stuff. But I said, if you give money to the banks, then you're going about socialism the entire wrong way. It's supposed to go the other way, right?
Well, what happens if the bank's a socialist, too, and nobody knows it?
What is this, Illuminati time now? You're going to take out a dollar bill? Take out a dollar bill and prove to me that Thomas Jefferson smoked pot?
Thomas Jefferson probably did smoke pot.
What do you think he smoked? Some good Phyllis Diller, some Sherm? What do you think he had?
Who knows?
Now all the pot has names on it.
I know. It's ridiculous. You can't drive down the street without seeing one of these clinics or whatever they call them. They sell.
Oh, that's what they call. The kids call them clinics. Yeah.
They are clinics. They've got the doctors have their advertisements on the billboards. It's amazing. It's legalized pot is what it is.
I'll tell you what's amazing is that it's a state issue. So if the state says we can have pot dispensaries, that's the state's business. However, at any time, the federal government can raid the state pot dispensary. So don't think, morons.
That sounds like a socialist plot to me.
Dan Illuminati. Don't think that you're always in the clear going into your pot dispensary, because if the feds feel like walking in and just giving you a rough time, the federal government has sway over the state governments. So that's their way of passing the buck. They don't want anything like gay marriage. We don't want to take a stand. Let the states handle it.
Yeah, well, I don't have one of those little pot cards, so I can't go in there. They won't even let you in if you don't have one of those little, identification cards.
Why don't you get one?
Oh, well, who cares? I don't need it.
You're not a big pot smoker.
No. And, if I wanted to, I could. And it's unlimited. I guess you can buy as much as you want. Where do they get it? Is it legal to grow it? That's what I'm saying. I know they're selling it, but they must be buying it from somebody.
Yeah, you want to be that guy.
That's
your next business.
Hey, that's my next job.
Uncle Dan is here on More Stories, backed by... You probably are the most popular... Katz, by far, is the most popular... It's ridiculous, his approval rating, because he gives, like, Yoda lessons...
Yeah, he's amazing.
...of, like, show business.
Yep.
Whereas you came on, just talked nonsense, and Ryan sat next to you and laughed at your stories, and we talked about the Rons, and, like, we all named each other Ron, Ron 5, Ron 6, Ron,
Ron 8.
But people wanted back, like, bring back Uncle Dan, like, all capitals. So
Did they really put all capitals, or are you just saying
a couple
that?
people did.
Oh, wow. That's
Didn't Lori read all this to you?
She did, but she didn't say the capitals.
See, that's the problem.
I'll talk to her when I get home.
If you were going to be on a reality show, we were going to talk about reality shows tonight, but Barry Katz is super late, so we're just going to start without him. He's going to come in and go, I'm so sorry, man. Traffic was terrible.
It is terrible.
You should tell Barry, you know what, Barry? You have to be undeniable. You know what? If you were here on time, we would have had one of those holy shit moments. What reality show that's on now do you think you'd want to be on the most that you think you could win? If it's a winning one or if it's just a regular one?
Oh, man.
Does that make
I don't know
sense?
if I could win any, but, I mean, the one I'd probably want to be on the most would maybe be Ice Road Truckers would be a cool show. I love that show.
Ice Road Truckers?
Or...
Why? Because no one's yelling at you?
Oh, you're driving a truck, you're slipping all over the place.
That's the one you'd want to be on.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
More than Survivor, where you could win $1 million. You just want to drive a truck and go, this is Merlin.
Who cares about Survivor? I don't care about it.
But the life you live, you could actually win Survivor.
I doubt it.
Really?
Doubt it. Yeah, I doubt it. I mean, look, those guys are all in great shape and everything. Look at me. If we get Brian Callen in here, give you 2 months, get you in good shape, you'd be up and running. You could win Survivor. You could play the mind games. You'd keep everybody at ease. That part, yeah, but...
And then plus, it's like Vietnam 1968 where you live anyway at all times.
I like that other one with that Indian guy with no shoes.
All right, you know what? I don't like the direction this just took.
No, he's an Indian guy, really. And this other guy, they send him out and they just give him nothing. And they got to survive for 7 days and go and get picked up. You've seen that one, haven't you?
An Indian guy?
Well, he
Grylls?
looks like he's got no shoes on. He wears no shoes.
Is that how you know he's Indian? Because he doesn't have shoes?
Well, he kind of has a ponytail and stuff too. He looks Indian. And
Native American Indian?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Or like Delhi Indian?
Well, I don't know if he's from Delhi, but he's a Native American Indian.
So he's a Native American Indian, and they drop him off, and he's
with some other guy, and they drop him off in the middle of somewhere for 7 days, and they got to survive.
You sure it's not Bear Grylls?
I don't think he. I don't even know who
Bear Grylls is a guy that they'll drop like in the South Pole.
No, I know who that guy is. Well, no, these are two guys together.
And so you want to be the third guy?
That would be a show. That would be fun to be on. Yeah, the third guy.
Katz, grab a mic. Not only did Katz show up a little late, but he goes in the refrigerator, didn't come out with a beverage, came out, juice boxes, in case the kids show up. And then the alarm, when you have the, this for the listeners, when the refrigerator door is open too long and alarm goes off, in the middle of Uncle Dan's talking, you hear, weep, weep.
What's that about? My refrigerator doesn't do that.
You got to get the special, your door's open too long refrigerator.
Okay, next time.
So now, it's the battle of the 100%. Barry Katz, Uncle Dan.
Hey Dan, I've never met you before, have
really
I?
Never met?
I think I saw you at the wedding. Were you at the
maybe at the wedding? Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You were at my wedding?
Sure.
Really?
Sure. Yeah.
Katz gave the toast at the wedding, and one of the best lines in the history of all toasts. Jay, you're first class. Nikki, you're world class. And the place erupted like, yeah! Like, that was incredible. Usually the toast is like, your dad's having sex with your aunt, right?
That was like the greatest response I've ever had in the crowd. It was incredible.
Well, everybody was pretty liquored up, and you kept it tight and short. No, it was a great speech. And, we had you give the speech because you knew both of us when we were teenagers.
I couldn't believe that you had me do it rather than some, drunk uncle or something like that.
You've always... Watch what you're saying about drunk uncles.
Sorry.
If I knew you were going to be late today, I would not have had you give the toast at my wedding.
I see. I can't believe you. So you're 100% approval rate.
That's what they say. I figured you cleaned them off or something like that.
No, but when your wife, when your wife is checking Twitter for you, she's not cleaning them up. There was not a single negative comment about Uncle Dan, and there's never been a single negative comment about Katz. And by the way,
until today,
Steve, well, you were late, and he helped put the baby to bed, so you're operating in a deficit
4 minutes
here.
late. My God, how many times have you know how long you know how many times you've been late?
Yeah,
never
100 probably.
Wait a minute.
You are obsessed about time.
I'm
He's
not obsessed about time
I
at
can't
all.
even believe he started on time. Like I'm here at 7:19 or 7:20.
I will say this: you told me
I've been here and waited a half hour for you. The guy was outside in his car trying to figure out when you were going to come home, and then now this time you're starting early.
Undeniable.
But it doesn't matter because I'm wrong and you're right. So
no, you are right. But what happened is in your text, you